Hello everyone, this is teacher Fatima. How are you? Today we are going to talk about um, wedding traditions. What does it mean, wedding traditions? Wedding is an event or a celebration that two people use to make in order to tell other people that they are going to get married. And traditions, things used to do in these events. So we call them wedding traditions. So we are on page number 20, this one. Please, let's write at the top of the page the day and the date. Today is Sunday, and it's the September 27th. Okay. Before we start reading the topic, I want to ask you a question. Do you think that in all of the countries around the world, people used to do the same traditions in weddings? Of course not. For example, people in Jordan used to make different wedding traditions than, for example, people in USA. People in Emirates don't do the same wedding traditions like people in Mexico. So before we start reading, let's see how people used to celebrate weddings around the world. Let's see some wedding traditions from other countries. So let's watch this video. As you can see in this video, people used to celebrate weddings with different wedding traditions. That's really weird. These are things that are not existed in Jordan, for example. This one we call dance. This dance is called the dollar dance. People used to give the groom and the bride dollars and money in order to celebrate them. They think money is better than giving them some gifts because they really need money in order to start their marriage life. Now let's go to Ghana. People used to do something that is really weird. They used to jump over a broom. After that, they are going to use the broom in order to clean their way or their bath. They think it's a great way to start their marriage life. Look, after that, they are going to jump. Wow. Now let's go to Greek. In Greeks, people used, or the, let's say, the groom friends used to shave for him or to prepare him for his marriage. Now in Scotland, okay, they used to cover the groom with different things like fish, cinnamon. What is this? This is ketchup. That's really weird. In China, I love how in China they make something that is called the tea ceremony. The bride and the groom used to serve their parents some tea. After that, they are going to receive some gifts from their parents, like golden pieces of jewelry and money. That's really nice. In India, they used to cover the bride and the groom with curry sauce. I don't know why. I think they They think that it's going to give the bride and the groom some kind of luck. In Germany, I don't know what is this, but they used to smash some glass at the wedding, and the couple, the bride and the groom, are going to clean the place. Let's go back to our paragraph. After we watched the video, I think now you know how people used to celebrate weddings with different traditions. Let's read the first paragraph. In many countries, weddings are important occasions. Family members and friends come together to celebrate with a new couple. I went to a wedding in Dublin last month. The bride wore a long white dress and the groom wore a black suit. I thought they looked very nice during the ceremony. The new couple exchanged gold rings. After the wedding, the guests enjoyed a big meal and had wedding cake for dessert. It was delicious. Sheila wrote this. She's 10 years old from Cork. Okay, I want to highlight some words and let's think about their meanings. This word is occasions, and occasions mean celebration. Here we have another word which is bride, and the bride is the woman who is getting married, and the groom is the male or the man. Ceremony, ceremony is a party. Okay. So in this paragraph, Sheila went last month to a country is called Dublin, and she attended a wedding. The bride wore a long white dress, the groom wore a black suit, and they exchanged gold rings. They wore gold rings, and there were a big meal, and they had wedding cake for dessert. And Sheila said it was delicious, so that means that Sheila enjoyed the wedding. Okay, about this wedding, do you think it looks like weddings in Jordan? It's very close to weddings we used to have. I had the bride with a white gown and the groom with black suit. They have the cake show and they ate big meal. There were a big meal in the wedding and people enjoyed dancing and singing. So it's very close to some traditions we had. Let's see next one. Last summer, I attended a traditional Indian wedding in Mumbai. The bride wore a special dress, but it was red because that's a lucky color in India. The bride also had henna designs painted on her hands. During the ceremony, the bride and the groom exchanged garlands of flowers. Then there was a long meal with many dishes. My favorite food was the curry and the honey pastries. This is Dibak. He's 11 years old from Delhi. Okay, let's find out some words and their meanings. So this wedding happened in India. It's in a town is called Mumbai. It was last summer, and Dibak went to this wedding. Let's see. The bride, she's wearing a red color gown because in India people think that this color is going to give her luck. She's going to live happily ever after. They put some henna in the hands of the bride, just like in our celebration we used to put henna in our hands. And look at the groom, he's wearing white dress and garlands. They didn't exchange gold rings, they exchanged garland of flowers. Garland is this part, as you can see here in the neck of the bride and in the neck of the groom. They wore a garland of flower. It's a big, let's say, robe. It's full of flowers. In Arabic, we call it iklil of flowers. So this is what they used to exchange in their weddings, not gold rings. And of course, they had a big meal, but Dibak liked the most the curry and the honey pastries. Let's read the questions here. Which bride and groom exchanged rings? Of course, not in India. So let's write it. In Dublin. What was the Indian bride wearing? Why was the Indian bride wearing red? Because it's a lucky color. What was the groom wearing in Dublin? In Dublin, actually, he was wearing, yes, a black suit. Which bride had designs on her hands? Henna designs on her hands? Of course, in India. Now let's open page number 14 in the activity book. It's all about wedding traditions. Of course, at the top of the page we are going to write the day and the date. It's Sunday, the September 27th. I will read for you the paragraph and please follow up with me. Let's get started. Wedding traditions. There was a wedding last year in my village in Greece. Everyone in the village went, and there were 500 people at the wedding. During the ceremony, the bride and the groom exchanged rings, and afterwards, there was a big party with a lot of food. The couple didn't get wedding presents because they did the traditional Greek dance. While they were dancing, we gave them money. At the end of the dance, they had a lot of money of them. One of my favorite things about Greek weddings is the special wedding biscuits. Every guest get a biscuit to take home. They have nuts and sugar in them. They taste very good. This is Nicola. It's 10 years old from Crete in Greece. Okay, so as we read in the paragraph, people in Greece used to come to the wedding around 500 people, and I think in my point of view it's a very big number of people. And the bride and groom used to exchange rings. That's very usual. And in the party, they have a special dance. I think we talked about it before. It's called the dollar dance. People used to give them money during the dance. That's why they didn't receive any presents. There's a special kind of food they used to serve at the end of the wedding. It's called Greek biscuit. It's covered with nuts and sugar. Nicola liked it very much. Let's read the first question. Greek village weddings have a lot of guests. Yes, I think because they said 500 people. Wow, that's too much. The bride and the groom exchange rings or food. We read that they exchange, of course, rings. The guests give the bride and the groom presents or money. We said they don't receive presents because there's the dollar dance that people used to give money during the dance. The bride and the groom give the guests what? Biscuits or money? Of course, they said biscuits. Now we need to answer these questions about our country, Jordan. In Jordan, how many guests usually come? Actually, more than 100. It's a very big amount. Of people. So people used to come more than 100. Okay. What happened during the wedding ceremony in Jordan? Actually, they used to exchange the gold rings. Are there any unusual traditions at the wedding party? Let's think about it. Actually, the unusual tradition that the bride used to throw her flower bucket and give it to another girl. Do you think this one is unusual tradition? And they used to put henna for the bride. What do you think? Which one is unusual tradition? So I'm gonna leave it for you. I will write that I think they used to paint henna on the bride's hands. What presents do you give to the bride and the groom? Actually, we used to give them money or jewelry. So we're going to say that I used to give them money. Okay. Do you eat any traditional food? Yeah, actually, we used to eat mansaf and they used to serve us knafe. So both of them are traditional food. Let's say, yeah, it is mansaf or knafe. So this is the end of our video. I wish you good luck, guys. See you in the coming videos. Bye bye.